But all right, we're live now. So, everybody who's tuning in, this is the 12th episode of the Fuel Cap podcast. I went on, it's been a while. I think it's been like 2 months since the last podcast. I originally was only going to do a 1 month break, but I started a new job after my vacation, and I've been busy kind of just figuring out how to deal, time management, basically. But we're here now, a little bit late, but still managed to get live. We're here with Cody, Cody Media on Instagram, videographer at CARiD. What's up, man?
Yep. Not much. How about you?
Not too much. Like I said, I started a new job, which is pretty sweet. Just back in the busy world again. Not
Yeah, getting back into the swing of things, huh?
Yeah. COVID kind of caused me to not lose my job, but leave my job, and then I ended up not going back and getting this job instead. But I'm sure it's impacted you as well.
Yeah, dude, it's been crazy. I as you mentioned in the intro, I do work for CARiD as their head videographer and editor. So pretty much immediately once COVID hit, I think it was like mid-March, like March 16th, they immediately sent everyone home. And I think they tried to hold on to as many employees or see how it was going to go. But there was a huge decline in sales, obviously, since everyone pretty much got either laid off or unemployed. So
Right.
a huge cut also happened at work as well. But luckily, I stayed on the team, but was part-time for that period. So,
Yeah.
but after coming Labor Day, I'll be going back full-time. So.
Oh, sweet. So on Labor Day or after Labor Day?
After Labor Day. So Tuesday, I think, will be my first day, and then that week after.
Oh, sweet. So have you had like smaller projects since?
Yeah. It's kind of been all over the place because as doing filming and videos, you have to be actually at work to do those videos, and I was working from home, so it was kind of difficult to actually do my job.
Right.
So for any sort of thing that we could come up with, I was just editing from home, like any projects that we had that wasn't finished or anything that we kind of maybe had down the pipeline that I could do pre-production for. But I started just doing odds and ends. Like I took up the LinkedIn page, like I started controlling that for them because, start running out of videos and things to do. So I was like just scraping to keep my job pretty much. But now we got some things down the pipeline that I think are gonna be really cool. So
cool. So I'll be honest, I actually haven't really watched many CARiD videos. I think maybe
not many people have.
right.
Yeah.
On the site, like when you're looking at products or whatever, like the manufacturer will have a video, but it's like a general this is these are our products, not like this specific product usually. So like, what do you do? Like reviews? You do like install videos?
Yeah. So we do kind of like a plethora of different types. So review videos of products is one. Then also build videos. So we've had, in my time being there, we've probably had 6 different builds. Unfortunately, and I wouldn't say unfortunately, but we mainly do trucks and Jeeps because that's a huge market that I didn't really know about until I actually got to CARiD. Because I'm so immersed really in just car culture, like in terms of like JDM, Euro, everything of that nature. But the truck world is insane. It really is. But we have some things, luckily, that it's wild. Like lift kits, like you think coils and air suspension is expensive? No, lift kits for trucks is where it's at.
I know.
It's wild.
The shop I'm working in is a rotary shop, so it's like literally like you pull up in the parking lot and you know where our shop is because it's just all RX-7s, all FDs just parked outside. And then I have an RX-8, so occasionally my car's there. My coworker has an RX-8, but he takes it like twice a month maybe. But the shop across from the street, they moved in I guess like a month before I showed up there and started working. But they're Crazy House Customs. They do like Crazy House is their name, and Crazy is they do all trucks, and like they literally have a giant like yellow monster truck.
I know exactly what shop you're talking about.
Oh, you do? Cool.
Yeah, it's right on 130, right? Isn't Crazy House Customs right on 130?
Just right up, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was talking to them and I was asking, like, oh, like, what do you guys mostly work on? And they have like tons of Raptors in there. Like they're always doing like crazy lifts. Uh, the monster truck they have, the yellow one. I asked, so like when you have to take it somewhere, like, do you have a flatbed for it? And they actually have an enclosed like trailer for it.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
like
wow.
I don't know if they have a picture on Instagram.
That's an enclosed trailer for a
Yeah,
truck.
like a
That's got to be a
enclosed.
big trailer then,
I
because
haven't seen
if
it.
it's lifted,
I haven't seen it, but apparently it's an enclosed trailer. It's wild. But the shop I work at is IR Performance.
okay. I think
Which
yeah, I know what that is.
yeah, a lot of people have actually heard of them, which I was surprised about when I started working and I told everyone, I'm working at IRP, and they're like, "Oh, I know that shop." Um, but yes, the truck world is crazy, and that's something I've come to learn
Yeah.
since I started working at IRP.
Yep. Yep. But no, so back to like the in terms of what types of production we do builds, and then also just like I do highlight kind of like highlight product videos. So that could be like literally just a montage of a certain product, 360 videos of like wheels,
Okay.
anything of that nature. But I will say, if you're like looking on CARiD, it's going to be tough probably to see one of our videos unless we've actually done it, because we have over 15 million parts on the website. And as like a one-man band right now, like we were a little bit more before COVID,
Yeah.
but now it's tough to get all through those products. Like it's I think it's like over 3,000 brands. Like so,
Yeah.
there's a lot to get through.
If whenever I'm browsing for car parts, car ID is like my go-to.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you work there, so you'd probably be disappointed by this, but usually I go there just to look, and then it's like, all right,
No,
well, where else can I go
honestly,
for?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised otherwise. Whenever the first thing that when people react to when I actually say that I work at CARiD is like,
Yeah.
oh, I thought that was like a fake website or a scam or something. No,
Really?
it's legit. Yeah, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm not like I'm used to that response from when people say that about the company. Because at times, yeah, like certain websites, when you go on to there, it is like confusing, but all my parts on my Evo, they're all from that, all from CARiD. I have not bought anything else. So
Wow.
I can approve that it is actually a real website.
Yeah. My
But a lot
girlfriend
of
actually
things.
just bought headlights
Oh,
from
nice.
yeah.
Cool. But yeah, no, that's the reaction usually I get from that. So, and it's usually like either people like them or they don't. So, but it's like
Yeah.
that with you can't like please everyone in the world. So, like you might have people that just bash on them, and there might be people that are like fans of it. So,
Right. But I mean, I could see where they're coming from, because you go on Car ID and you see almost any part that you could think of, like
yeah,
almost any
almost.
part,
There's a
and
lot of brands we don't have that I've tried to like try to bring of light,
right.
because when you do try to cover every single vehicle in the world, it's tough to like hone in on like, like if I'm looking for an intake for the Evo, right? Like, and I'm thinking, you think extreme turbo systems, ETS. We
Yeah.
don't have them,
Okay.
but there are other options, but it's like, that's a product that I would think like as an Evo owner, or some say for like an exhaust, like there might be something else. Like there's brands of like wheels and all that we don't have, but it's because we're trying to cover everything. It's not like
Yeah.
American Muscle. That's an example where they're just about Mustangs,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like Subi Speed just with like Subarus and all that. So it's a little bit easier for them to kind of like cover the whole the whole year, make, model type of thing, unless you're trying to like literally cover your like 1962 to 2020 of every single car.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's almost like you go on and you almost always find at least a variety of something you're looking for. If not, you'll find like some universal part or whatever. And
Yeah.
then it's like you start to question. It's like, do they really have all these parts?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and I guess that's where it's coming from. Like, oh, that's a legit site. Like, yeah.
Yep.
Because it almost doesn't seem possible.
No, you're right. You're right.
How many
You're
parts?
absolutely right.
How many parts did you say?
Probably over 15 million.
Wow. And then
Yeah.
So that's what you sell on the site, or that's like
That's all off. That's all on the site. Like those. That's like there's like an exact number, and it's probably not correct, but there's
insane.
over 15 million. But I will say, like how I describe CARiD to people when they ask about it, it's like Amazon for car parts.
Exactly.
That's how I describe it as, because we're a drop shipping company technically. We don't stock anything. So
okay, so I was gonna ask that next.
So when you order, say, a set of wheels from Rotiform, right?
Yeah.
We don't see them in any sort of way. We get the confirmation from the website from you, and then we either reach out to who we're direct with, whether it's the manufacturer or another company that's a wholesaler of it, and then we send them the confirmation and they send it out. So
gotcha.
That's kind of, like, it would be impossible, you know, like to stock all those products unless you want to buy like the biggest warehouse in America or something.
Yeah. So I'm on the site now, and you said you compare it to Amazon, but I would actually say it's better than Amazon, because
I appreciate that.
Right off the bat, you could choose up to 2023. Like, what?
Right?
Yeah, that's random. But like Amazon, you'll search for like I don't know, RX-8 headlights, and
I doubt anything will pop up. Maybe.
All right,
like,
let's
I know the
more,
search engine.
A more common.
Like for me, I don't ever use the actual search engine on the website.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So what I do is I fill out the vehicle, the year, make, and model, and then you go to like, it'll pop up and say you can like pick a category as to what you're searching.
Where is that? Yeah, alphabet. That's how it works. Yeah, but like, you don't get that on Amazon. And
of course not.
What I love is that you could, like, it's categorized by like almost like every single category. And then like,
yep.
I mean, they even have. Well, what I like about like pet travel and auto detailing is that it comes up when you search like your make and model, but then like then you have like pet travel, which is all like universal stuff. But do you guys?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys offer like? Are there even any like made to fit for specific cars, like stuff like this?
In terms of pet travel, that I don't know. I don't know if there is many made to fit pet travel kits, period. At least I don't know if that would be like too much to do, you know, as a company. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there is, like, for like a bigger car, but I definitely don't know if there is a made to fit pet thing for on our website.
Right. I'm sure it exists.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure some company makes it out there, and they'll definitely have it.
Yeah, but I'm sure right now I'm under this, I guess the category is universal, but
yep.
I know that for a fact there are specific car organizers, but that also might be a little too specific.
Yeah.
But either way, CARiD is awesome because like they what do they have? Let's see. I've actually never looked on CARiD for parts for the RX-8.
Got you.
Let's see what I can get. Oh, cool. Wow, OE goes for that much. That's crazy.
Yeah, we actually just this past, like, literally right before COVID hit, we started holding OE.
Nice.
Like a lot of OE. So we kind of like dipped ourselves into that market.
Yeah, I remember I forget what I was looking for headlights for. I think it was like my friend's Jeep, and like there were no OE. Which I wasn't looking for OE anyway. That's just something I noticed. Yeah, the one thing about the RX-8 is that there's really like almost zero aftermarket headlights.
Aftermarket? Yeah. Really? Not like no Spec Ds or Spiders, or like none of them make anything for that?
Well, they're hard to find. Cuz like if you Google like RX-8 aftermarket or custom headlight, you kind of get like there's some guy in Florida who like makes them, like you send
retrofits them.
Yeah, and that's
he
like
retrofits them.
Kind of the like that comes up on the forums, not even like
on
the site. Like it comes up on the forums with like the guy's email or something, and nothing really legit. Taillights is a different story. Taillights, they
Okay.
make the knockoff Series 2 taillights, and those those are the only taillights that you could find though. You have the Series
Got you.
1
Okay.
and the OE Series 1, the OE Series 2, and then like the knockoff Series 2 taillights, which I
Got you.
think
Got you.
is a little different, but like, it just sucks that there's like not much available.
Yeah.
But
I can understand that though. I
yeah.
can understand that.
But so kind of what is the process when you do a video? Do you have writers, or is it all kind of up to you?
Well, in the beginning, so like I've pretty much helped build the department when I first got there. Uh, it was very much a smaller team.
So how long have you been there?
I've been there just under 4 years.
Gotcha.
I've been there just under 4 years,
Right.
and when I got there, they pretty much hired me to help build the department.
Yeah.
And it was me and the brand ambassador, so the guy who was on camera, but he pretty much did on camera writing the scripts, doing all the wrench work. So, and then it was me doing lighting, audio, filming, editing, so it was pretty much him and I for a while. And then we were able to get one of my friends to hop on as pretty much an assistant for camera if needed, but he mainly did the editing then to kind of just lighten my load.
Okay. So you didn't really touch much. Do you touch editing now, or?
Now I do. Now that COVID has hit, unfortunately, we had to kind of just cut people out. So I'm back to doing that. But the video load has gone down. But once it picks up, hopefully we can bring him back, and it can lighten my load again. Because when you start getting multiple videos already filmed and they want X amount of videos out per week, it gets tough when you're trying to film something and then they want you to also edit. So
yeah, and then it ends up coming home with you on a hard drive, and then your your dinner plans or whatever fall through.
yeah. So, but back in the day, it got hectic, but I made it work.
Yeah.
I would probably push out 4 to 5 videos a week.
Wow, that's pretty good.
yeah, it was definitely a lot. So usually we probably film 2 to 3 videos in one day, just to kind of get all the knocking out of filming them, and then give me the rest of the week to kind of just push them out in terms of editing.
Yeah. So then, how far in advance is the video planned?
It depends. It really depends. If we have if it's for a build, we'll have pretty much a parts list that we're going to be doing for it.
Okay.
And then have everything planned out and either into an episodic series, or just in terms of product reviews will be filmed these days. Or we could randomly hey, this company is hey, we're pushing this product. Can we send this out to you and do a review? And then we're all right. So, but it all gets planned, just to fit into our schedule, so it's not hectic and kind of all over the place.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then, do you have a dedicated studio or an area that you always film in?
Yeah, so
Nice.
In the beginning we had we have a full warehouse with 2 lifts in it. So we do all the wrenching inside there. The front office is kind of where we do all of our office work, editing, and all that, and then the back warehouse is pretty much the whole production. So
is that is that
nice.
Dedicated to just content, or is that also
that's just content. It's not an actual shop. Yeah, it's not.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So it's literally it's a working shop. I wouldn't call it a full on shop, but it's we have everything that you would need to work on
it could
any
be
sort of vehicle.
Could be a shop.
Yeah, it could be a shop. But it's all meant for just for content.
Wow, that's actually really awesome.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, because my current position at IRP, well, I mentioned to you before the show, but
yep,
they hired me pretty much to alleviate. So they're a rotary shop. They work on RX-7 and stuff. On top of that, they also sell a lot of parts online on their website, and they're looking to boost their sales. Basically, they hired me to kind of alleviate the burden on everybody else, and kind of allow more time to be dedicated to boosting those sales. Eventually they want to double the amount of sales they're making now. So pretty much they hired me to do like shipping, inventory, stuff like that. So like someone doesn't order something and we have to email them and be like, oh hey, by the way, we actually just like put this in a car today that we were working on. And then like product photography I'm doing, and they also want to get their YouTube channel started again, because pretty much all their YouTube channel is right now is just like dyno runs.
Got you.
And a lot of times they'll have customers call after ordering a part and be like, so how do I install this, or like, you know, just questions. So pretty much I'm actually looking at the sheet right now. This is my pre-production notes, like very
nice,
very sloppy, not really anything extensive. So I actually just did my first video for them.
Very cool.
Yeah, they make so this is actually an in-house product that they like made. They have the Haltech ECUs, and they made a mount for it to go back into the stock location. And it fits, like you could put like the kick panel back on and everything, and it's like completely hidden. So like no one would like, you could have a sleeper RX-7 basically. No one would know you're running an aftermarket ECU or anything. It's pretty
That's
sweet.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's sick.
So the first video I did, which I'll admit, I was kind of expecting it to be like, they don't really have an area or anything to do videos yet. Eventually we're gonna expand, because our building is split in half. Eventually we want to expand to the other half of the building, and they're going to build like a dedicated like little studio area.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to get the luxury of a lift, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe by that point I'll like have had such an impact that they have like 5 times the sales on their website and they can afford it or something. But we'll see.
Yeah, you never know. Because the whole studio that we have at CARiD now, we didn't have that when I first got there. Like that,
so this is only pretty much all you.
Yeah,
right?
It's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. So it was like we pretty much just had the back of a quarter of the size of what we have now. We had before. So it was like, yeah, it was tiny, and we did videos out of the back of there, and we made it look like a shop. But we didn't have like a lift or anything. Like we just made it look like a little garage, you know. Yeah. But we made it work, and then it got to the point where we kind of grew out of that, and then we did what we did and it expanded. So hopefully the same thing happens for you guys.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, this first video was pretty much just an assembly video for this bracket, and I was sorry, I'm adjusting.
Nah, you're good.
Right here. Yeah, I was like kind of expecting like we'll clear off one of the workstations and kind of like film it like like he's behind the desk, and then like someone else is gonna build it. Pretty much they're like, all right, here's the bracket fully put together. It comes apart like this, it goes together like this. So I was like taking these notes real quick, and then I was like, all right, so like who's gonna be in the video? And they're like, oh well, it's like all you. And I was like, oh cool. But I managed. So the setup itself looked like, if you looked at the setup, it looked like I was doing some sort of like ASMR video, because I had the lights set up on either side of the table. I had the camera on a tripod, kind of pointed down, white backdrop, and then I had my mic set up like right in front of me, like pointed right up to where I was gonna be speaking. And that was like, it was like easy to do, but that was pretty much it. It was like really like simple and stripped down. I'm hoping for the next video that we're able to kind of make the background of the shop look more presentable, and kind of
a little bit cleaner or whatever,
and kind of like dedicate time to grab someone to have on camera, because this was easy, but like there's other stuff, because I work on cars but not to the extent that these guys do. Like I can't build an engine or put a turbo kit together. Eventually I'd like to learn, but like that's not skills I have. So I'm hoping that eventually we could either have one of the guys in the shop like be able to have enough time to come and be on camera, or even if I can convince them to hire like a brand ambassador to always be the on-camera person, but also has a background in like
Yeah,
in
as a
building
tech or
engines.
mechanic and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, 100%. I
Yeah.
mean, to start off, like you said, to start off, if you can just maybe have 30 minutes or an hour, for the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they could probably do that, and depending on how like in depth the video has to be, take out that time. And as long as it doesn't interfere with their actual work,
Exactly.
then there wouldn't be a problem.
Like I was thinking, and I actually wanted to mention this today. I forgot, but like if we ever do like a turbo kit install video, like we could literally just whatever turbo kit is being installed that day could be the one for the video.
Yeah, for
Like
sure. Yeah.
like get two things done at once,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
those are plans that I'm still too fresh to really have any authority, but
It's a process. Don't worry. Don't.
exactly.
You'll get
Yeah,
there. You'll get
yeah.
there. You'll get there.
Like I finally just got my work laptop set up, and it's actually pretty cool because we ordered a barcode scanner with it, and like I just redid the whole inventory system because
Oh, nice.
before the operations manager Paul, he pretty much just like inventory was in his head, not like not like number by number, but like it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh,
Like,
I know we're running low on this, let's go like order this. But now
mhm.
like finally like we got the scanner, we have an
You have a whole
Airtable.
log of everything.
Yeah, pretty much. And I wanna, because we all the parts that we ship out we also use in house. So if it was just parts that we ship out, it would be a little bit less complicated. But since we use
Yeah.
in house, it's like we'll go grab something, uh, realize we don't need it. So right now we can't really have a system where like when we take it out of inventory, like what I want to do is when you take something out of inventory, scan it, and then have it'll like scan automatically subtract from like our quantity.
Yep.
But the problem is like when you're working, you might grab something, realize, oh wait, I don't need this yet, put it back, and
Yep.
then like
There could be like a whole back and forth thing,
yeah,
and it's
exactly, and it's just like it won't
yep.
work. So that's kind of a struggle that my current struggle right now to
Yeah.
figure out. But what we have right now is pretty straightforward. Just at the start and end of every week, just kind of count everything, which is like not ideal.
Yeah.
But it's something to do, I guess.
I mean, maybe what you could do is in the future, and this is way like in the future or whenever you guys like upgrade or whatever, you could have like a select pile that's just for in-house use, and then you could have a select pile that's just for out like being sold to like customers. So that way, like this pile is being scanned is only going into actual builds that are in the shop. And this is this pile, so you don't touch it because it's only going to customers that are purchasing online or whatever,
Yeah, that's just something like that's expensive because we try to have enough parts. So we have, I guess, two different categories of parts. We have one category for all engine rebuilds, which on hand at any given time, we want to have at least 5, so we could do like 5 engines because we do, I think, like at least 3 or 4 engines a week.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's wild.
Yeah, and then we have our other parts, which is like anything else for an RX-7, and those don't get used as often because like when people like we only do big jobs. Like people don't bring their RX-7 in for like an oil change or any sort of like, maintenance. Like they come because they want a turbo kit.
They're looking to get built. Yeah, they're looking to get built.
Yeah.
Like,
And like we get people from all over. Like we have this one car from California right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a trip. That's a trip.
Well, it got trailered out to us, and it's gonna get trailered back. But we're just kind of doing the break-in miles on it and like adjusting everything to how it is. But it's supposed to be between 600 and 700 horsepower. We haven't gotten on a dyno yet.
That's a good amount of power to have some fun.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. And his car has been with us for I think close to a year. So like we definitely do very, very long-term stuff.
Yeah. But the name is out there though, like the fact that someone from California is sending out their car, that that work is good,
Yeah.
and people are willing to spend the money and you know, have that time to know that it's going to be worked on and it's going to be worth it. So
Exactly.
it's good to know like that. That's like, it's not like a shop that it's like not just locals, but like it's not smaller jobs. Like these are builds that are like serious, you know.
Right. And another really sweet thing that we do is, which I didn't know until I started working, Mazda still manufactures 13Bs.
Really?
And yeah, they do. So we actually, I don't know how we know about it, like when they get manufactured, but as soon as there's some available, we'll buy like all of them. Like there's money aside just to buy engines, and because we buy like literally we'll buy like 10 at a time, and we'll get like a discount on it, which I didn't even
from
know.
like buying bulk.
Yeah, which is like crazy because like, you know, you buy like a box of bolts in bulk and you get a discount.
Yeah.
But like, you could also buy an engine in bulk and get a discount. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of weird to think about. But yeah, so we had a few months ago before I started, we had a YouTuber, Tommy Farrell. I think his channel's Tommy F Yeah. He's up in Connecticut, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he came down, did a video. He bought an engine from us. He's building 2 RX-7s. Yeah, and he came, bought an engine, and like, you know, like we were all on video and everything. It was pretty sweet. But
sick. That's
well,
sick.
it was sweet from what I saw on the video because I wasn't working there at the time. But yeah, so definitely have an online like a YouTube presence, just not our own YouTube presence yet.
It's all about building it, dude.
Yeah,
you'll get there. You know, it's a process. Like I said, it's a process.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something that I'm really excited to do. So it's cool that I get to talk to you, someone who's kind of done exactly that.
Yeah. You're honestly like exactly where I am, but like more or less. You're on like the shop side where I'm on like just like the store side, you know?
Exactly.
Like, but it's practically the same thing in terms of you're just making content for the company.
Right.
So.
But did CARiD have any sort of like YouTube?
They had a YouTube channel, but all they would do is put up manufacturer videos. So all those videos that you see like on the website, they would just re-upload those. And that it really wasn't anything, you know, like it was, I don't know if it was just like a place to put the videos just to have them, you know.
Well, that's probably why people thought CARiD was fake.
yeah, honestly. So once I got in there, I was like, unfortunately, we haven't gotten like, I want to just take them all out, but they're like, no, we're gonna continue just posting stuff like.
Oh, so they still post?
Not anymore.
Okay.
But I was like, I thought for a while maybe it was like just them posting them on YouTube to also place them, like embed them on the website.
Yeah.
But who knows? Like at this point, we know like we don't ever post any of that anymore. It's all original content for like the past year.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it was a battle, but.
Yeah. So you said manufacturers will send you parts to do a video.
Yeah.
Do you send it back after, or is that like if you got an order,
yeah. It's all promotional. It's all promotional. Unless it is like, say we had pretty much a project F-150 since I got there. It was a 2016 EcoBoost F-150. We did probably a whole build series on it with just a certain amount of parts, and then companies would always send us out like other parts just to do reviews on it, just because the F-150 is I think it's the leading seller in terms of trucks. So it's
2018 and 19 at least.
Yeah. But there was a huge debacle when the aluminum body came out and all that. But
yeah, all those commercials that everyone was like, oh, that's fake.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I must have installed something weird. I just went to go search something and it searched with Yahoo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
Google?
that Discord update must have installed something weird. No, I was gonna look up #1 best-selling pickup because I'm curious. It's still the F-150 or the F series.
Yeah. So F-150, F-250, F-350, like all the Super Duties and all that. Yeah.
Personally, I don't know if I'd go for it.
Well, what would
But
you if you had a pickup?
if I
What would
had to
you
get
go
a
for?
pickup,
Yeah.
well, that's really hard because in terms of styling, I think all of the current like 2020 pickups,
Hmm.
none of them are like really great looking.
Yeah.
If I was going on terms of styling, I'd probably go for a Ram because
Okay.
I think
Those things are cool.
the Silverado and the F-150 just look too similar. Um,
Yeah.
but the Ram I definitely like. Uh, well, actually,
Personally, I'm a Tundra person. I'm a Tundra
Tundra.
person.
Yes, I was gonna say
Yeah.
styling aside, I would go for a Tundra. Um,
Yeah. No, I like Toyota. I like Toyota's like whole pickup line SUV overall.
yeah.
Like I love the 4Runner and
Oh
like the
yes.
TRD the TRD version of it. Like I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
that with the snorkel and everything.
Hmm.
But if I was to do like a full size, it'd definitely be the Tundra. So
No, I'd have to agree actually. Um, my vacation I mentioned, we went. My girlfriend and her parents we went camping in Montana. So the four of us drove out in one vehicle, towing a camper. And then when we got there, my girlfriend and I had a rental, and I think we rented a Jetta. And then like somehow we got upgraded for free to a TRD off-road 4Runner, which
oh,
I was
nice.
stoked about. I was so excited because
That's sick.
I saw them pull it out, and I was like, "No way! Like, are we really getting this?" Like, I didn't believe
they
it.
just roll it up, and you're like, what?
Yeah, I was like, "Yo!" So, yeah, we like, I mean, out in Montana because we're going to like Yellowstone, we're going to all these hikes, so it's like tons of
Yeah.
driving, and like, so we spent a lot of time with the car, um, and I loved it. I loved it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
The only thing
Yep.
that I'll say is that it's a little underpowered. But other
I'm
than
not
that,
surprised about that.
yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Other than that, though, like amazing car. And then
Yeah.
we did probably close to like 30 miles off road with it because behind our campground there's a road that goes like up in the mountains, and it just becomes like, well, the road through the campground is a dirt road, but then it's like the road that's in the mountains is like only there because like people drive it. It's not even like a real road.
Yeah. It's just
um,
been a beaten path that's created by
yes,
vehicles.
yes, exactly. And that thing handled it amazing. Uh, and to compare it to a Jeep, because we actually, long story short, basically we were gonna leave a week earlier, but then our flight got canceled, so we stayed out another week, and we had to swap the rental because it was like mad expensive to
Gotcha.
extend the 4Runner. So
Yeah. I'm not surprised by that.
we got stuck with a Wrangler Sport,
Okay. All right.
and
Still able to off road.
yeah, but despite the market that the right well, I see it was the new Wrangler, which I feel like the market they're aiming for is a little confused because it definitely seems a lot more aimed for like people who don't plan on off-roading, but
Yeah.
at the
They're,
same
they're
time,
trying to do more like daily driver.
right, which I personally felt that like it didn't daily drive or off-road exceptionally well.
Yeah.
um
Yep.
and we actually ended up doing 50 miles off-road with the Wrangler, and i I don't think it was nearly as good as the 4Runner.
4Runner.
Yeah.
I for me, I think Jeeps are really cool, and what they're like capable of doing when you do put aftermarket, like parts on there.
It's
So
basically like a Lego.
yeah, you're literally buying a tin can on wheels.
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's crazy the amount that they asked for it too. Like the prices for Jeeps and how long their values hold are insane.
It's wild.
Yeah, but when you like put bigger wheels, bigger tires, like bigger axles and all that, like it gets wild. Like, and a full lift kit. We built one with I think it was 6-inch lift with 24-inch wheels. I think it was 24 by 14 or 24 by 12,
Okay.
With 33-inch tires, like mud terrain tires. Like this thing's huge. Like me being 6'2", 6'3" was like struggling to get into this thing. But when you can build something like that, yeah. But like for like the daily like off the mark, like off the factory, like it's not going to be able to do too much.
Right. But that's kind of the disappointing thing, because
Yeah,
you almost expect it to off-road better than like a 4Runner. Well,
yeah,
ours was the Tier D off-road, so I guess like
yeah. So you do have more performance and like the bigger tires and wheels and all that.
right. But I think that the hype around like, oh, like it's a Wrangler, it's off-roading and stuff, like the hype around that is definitely not really backed by much, other than the fact
I can agree with that.
other than the fact that you could dump like $10,000 in and make it like something that's completely different from what you bought it as.
Yeah, yeah.
But like the Bronco, on the other hand, I think I would love to drive one when it comes out. But is it actually out yet, or is it still?
No,
Okay,
not
okay.
yet, not yet. It's yeah.
But I'm excited to see that, because I'm hoping that it's not how the Wrangler is off from the factory. I'm hoping that it's a little more capable, but styling wise, I think it's one of the best looking SUVs that'll come out.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think where they might have a one up, like in terms of like that competition between them and Jeep and all that with their Wranglers, is the amount of like trims that they have coming out. It's like it's insane. They have like I think 7 or 8 trims, and like I don't know the exact number of configurations, but it was like insane.
Two of the trims I think are like limited like quantity trims.
Yeah.
Like one of them they made like 1,000 of, and the other one they made like 700 or something. Something. Don't quote me, but
no. 100%. Where it's like those are like meant for like more off roading. Like they're already kind of pre-spec'd out for like certain things,
Yeah.
But then you will have like the base one that is like in nowhere near. Like don't plan on trying to off road that, where like. You don't want to be doing that. Like that's just for like the highway and side roads.
But I think what was really cool about like all the press release photos and like all the ones that like all the YouTubers got to review. Out of all like the YouTube videos I watched, like people do reviews on, I don't think any single Bronco was like spec'd out the same way. Like one of them had the doors with like the like the McLaren doors with the cutout.
Yep.
So I think it's awesome that Ford is already teasing at like the variety of aftermarket things they have to offer.
And that's also one thing like to look into that almost makes it more difficult. And I don't think it'll take away from the aftermarket actual like companies, but being that they are having all these trims, that come already pre-made with a lot of things that would help them to do off-roading and all that. It kind of like takes away from, the actual companies like, oh, come to us for like these coilovers or these like suspension pieces when they actually already have them from the factory. So what's the point,
Right.
But
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I bet Hennessy will do something crazy.
Oh, of course.
I would love to see a Hennessy Bronco. But no, I mean, I think that there will still be like third-party aftermarket parts developed, but I don't think there'll be as much as Jeep, because like Jeep is like
no.
Anyone I know with like a built Jeep, I don't know of any like well, I guess OEM aftermarket part. Is that what you would consider it? Like from
like an
Jeep?
OE plus?
Yeah.
Like an OE plus almost.
Yeah. Because like I don't really know anyone who does that.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
No.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, but that Ford seems to be offering an OE plus option, so that's exciting.
Oh yeah. No, I really am. And the whole marketing that they did behind it, because of like, COVID happened. So they weren't able to reveal it at the New York Auto Show or whichever
Which
auto
I was
show
so
they're planning on
disappointed
doing
about
yet.
because I got my press pass.
I know. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was super tight. Like for the past, since I've been at CARiD, we do like we do a coverage for our channel on it. So,
Oh, sweet.
I was disappointed we couldn't do that, or SEMA actually. we're going to go to SEMA this year as well, and that didn't happen.
Have you guys gone before?
Yeah, we went last year.
Oh, sweet.
We covered last year.
Yeah, that's something I want to do.
Awesome experience. Definitely have to do it, dude.
Yeah.
But back to Ford. I love their whole marketing with all the videos that they did. I thought it was phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
like how they put that together.
Ford's had a very good marketing team for a long time.
Oh yeah.
I remember. What was the campaign called? I don't remember what the campaign was called, but I think it was for the Focus RS. They had a bunch of videos for the Focus RS. One of them that I like very specifically remember was like it was doing like donuts around like a spinning record. Which that one was like really simple. And then the tagline was the name of the campaign. I forget what it was. But then they had like a few others that just like, cause around how old was I around that time? I was like, I don't know, 15 or 16, and that like really resonated with me even to this day. Like, kind of like almost an inspiration. Not that I'm doing marketing, which would be cool to do, but it's kind of inspired me to have a different kind of spin on videos where I otherwise wouldn't have that type of spin on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with that. They have a phenomenal marketing team, and personally, I don't know how you feel about, but the whole Mach-E thing, I think it's cool what they're doing. I don't think they should have called it a Mustang Mach-E. I think they could have just called it a Mach-E. But like the marketing they did with that, with like was it Ken Block or Von Gittin Jr.? I think both of them were.
They had Von Gittin Jr., Ken Block, Logano, and then that female driver who I didn't hear of. That was awesome. So
I love those.
Do you? I mean, being a videographer yourself, have you heard of Race Service?
I don't think I have, but it does sound familiar. It kind of like rings a bell, but I can't like put a name or a...
Yeah, so they're an LA based. So they don't. I mean, they're basically a marketing company, but that's like not really what they call themselves. Like, they're kind of I don't even know how to begin explaining. Basically,
are they a production company?
Basically, they're the ones, the GT86 with the Ferrari engine.
Oh, Ryan Turks.
Yeah, Race Service built that, but they also do like production services. So they're like weird mash between like a crazy like totally like bonkers build shop, and then also like doing production. So like they'll like last minute like get a call from like Formula One, hey, fly your guys out, let's do this video, and like literally like that'll be a call on Monday. They'll have the video on time for the race on Sunday. Wow. They work insanely fast, and all while like having their own shop that they build and everything. Like I don't really know like what you would consider that, but they're the ones who did that Mach-E video.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, that was all them.
Sick.
So I don't know how many videos Ford has used them for, because just like the Mach-E videos, that's more the stuff they do. They don't really do like the marketing campaign kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I've been keeping my eye on them for a while, because that's like a dream job for me.
Yeah, I'll check them out.
Yeah, they're called Race Service.
Are they also the ones that have like I don't think it is, but like they have like a Cayenne or whatever with like a racing crane with like a filming crane on it, or
no, that's
or like the Evo. I think it's like an Evo 8 or whatever with the filming crane on it. You know what I'm talking about, though, right? Like I know obviously a bunch of production companies have those, but I know that like I've seen the Evo. It was either 8 or 9 that had like the full on like crane on top of it.
I think Larry Chen worked with that Evo not too long ago.
On the Tron, on that Tron video, or with
no, it was on his Instagram like probably a month ago.
He did work with him, yeah.
Oh, he was also on the Maki shoot. Oh, here it is. Speed Patrol. Speed Patrol. They have the they have the Mitsubishi.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I was like, that's so sick.
Yeah, this thing is wild. That is also like, so the arm, the crane. Or let me put on so you can see my screen. The crane. Wrong screen. The crane that they have, I like out of curiosity, I decided to like look up how much this was.
It's like, stupid.
I think it was like literally like $100,000.
Yeah, it's insane. That's why I was like, excuse me. That's why I was so amazed that they put it on the Evo, like because normally you have like usually a bigger like kind of truck or whatever because you have to have the weight and the But I guess they probably added a bunch of weight to it and
probably. But the company that makes the arm is I think like something that they say on their website is like, we will literally like make this work on any vehicle.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt. I have no doubt. If you're paying $100,000, you better make it work with whatever vehicle I give you.
Yeah, but I forget the name. I know the Cayman one that you're talking about, or the Cayenne. I don't remember what they're called. There's
all good.
There's another one in New York that they have a helicopter that does strictly car stuff.
I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name, but like I picture it.
Yeah, but like that's like stuff that I would love to work with, like just a camera car or something, or even being on a helicopter. That'd be awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. I think my camera froze here and I'm making a weird face. Alright, that's interesting. What?
Oh man.
What?
Hopefully it comes back. Hopefully it comes back real quick.
Hold on. Right now the angle is on you. What happened?
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Alright. Cool. Are we back? Are we back?
I don't know. Can you? Were you able to see me? Like, was I frozen?
No, you were frozen on my end too. Yeah.
Oh, was I? I was making that face, wasn't I? Let me fix this. See, this is the thing. I'm using my iPhone, actually, my old iPhone as a
I got you.
Camera angle.
It's like a webcam. Got you.
Yeah, because I have an A7 and it's like the first gen A7. And funny enough, it's the only one that Sony doesn't offer a live view to a PC. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So hopefully I'm getting the A7S III soon though, because that thing's awesome.
That thing's a beast. Yeah. I saw the specs for that they just released. I think it's coming out September 24th. I think it is. A7S III.
Yeah, sometime in September. So soon.
Yeah, soon this month.
Yeah. But what do you shoot with that CARiD?
We have two Blackmagic Ursas 4.6K video cameras.
Oh, nice.
Cinema cameras. Yeah. So I do all my editing through Adobe Premiere. Then I do all my color correcting through DaVinci Resolve, and then put it back into Adobe and then export it out of there.
Nice. Do you well, two questions. Do you shoot onto an external hard drive, or do you shoot on an SD card?
Shoot on a CF2 card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what the Blackmagic's fit is, a CFast 2 card. Both of them, I have 428 gigabyte cards, and depending on what resolution we're shooting at, it can either go very fast or very slow.
Yes.
Like if I'm shooting 4K, I can probably at like 30 frames per second, I could probably get 7 minutes of footage on that, and that would be 128 gigs.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
But yeah,
you know MKBHD, right?
Huh?
Do you know MKBHD?
Sounds familiar.
Marquise Brownlee. He's the guy who does tech reviews.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
he's always like just been into cameras, and like it's super overkill. But he has a Red Dragon. I think
for his reviews.
Yeah, for his reviews. But like because what's cool is that he like incorporates like the camera he shoots on into like his like tech persona, like and like he has like a robotic camera arm and everything. It's like so sick. Yeah. But on Twitter, he's always posting screenshots of like the amount of gigabytes like one video of footage, like one video's worth of footage.
One like entire project or whatever.
Yeah. And it's like one, like, because sometimes he does like 20-minute long videos. Like he'll do like an extensive review, like initial like unboxing, then like first impressions, and then like the long-term thing. And like I think one of his videos is like 1 terabyte of footage.
I'm not surprised.
Because
I'm not surprised at all.
I think he shoots in 6K and then downscales to 4K for
4K.
YouTube.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's
yeah,
like
I'm not surprised.
I don't know.
We at work we have probably a total right now of like 48 terabytes worth of like external hard drives, in terms of like each of them are around 8 terabytes a drive. So and then our computers themselves also have two 4 terabyte drives to work off of. So you have one for like projects, and then the other one's like for rendering. So it's it's a lot of
so you render only onto one drive.
One drive, yeah.
That's pretty
smart. So that way it's like that way it's not like kind of like hindering with all the footage being on that drive. It doesn't have to work through all that. It has its own drive just to render through.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good system. Right now I'm actually running off a 512 solid state M.2 on my PC, and then I have a 2 terabyte hard. Is it 2 or 4? 2 or 4? I don't know, but yeah, because right now though the problem is because most of the work I do is like more like on the go. I pretty much work completely off of my external hard drive, which is a 4 terabyte.
Yep.
So I'm kind of like stuck having to be plugged into that thing all the time. So right now, this live stream is also recording to my external hard drive.
Got you.
The problem is like I don't have time to like be at home on my PC. So it's like it'll have to come with me, and which also sucks because I'm working off a 2013 MacBook, which is like at this point like so underpowered.
It's probably struggling, right?
Oh, it's awful. 4K.
I had to retire mine. Like, I've had a 2013. Well, I think it was actually a 2011 when I got it.
Okay.
But like I retired it like 2 years ago, and I used to only do like photo editing on that one because it couldn't handle video.
Yeah.
But
mainly I run Lightroom. I'll like if I have to edit a video, like I'll make proxy media, and then I'll edit with like a 420p like proxy of like the footage, and then I'll work with that. But then I don't know why it's a recurring problem for me when I switch from my MacBook and plug the hard drive back into my PC. The proxy media always gets messed up, so I have to remake proxy media when I switch devices.
It might be your I don't know if your externals like has part of it for Mac or OS, and then part of it for PC. Like if it's getting confused,
maybe,
or
because I thought I formatted it to do like to work seamlessly
to work both. Yeah,
but
I don't know. Like I at home I work off of Mac, and but at work I do PC. So, but I don't ever like intertwine them, so I can't say like I've had similar experiences.
Yeah. Sorry, I hear like a banging coming from my base.
I wonder, it might have. Oh, from your base. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Like maybe was it like did I?
Oh, that. Or something? You heard it too?
No. I wasn't sure. Maybe I hit the mic or something.
Right, I wasn't sure if it's not coming through the Well, if my house isn't like gonna explode or something, and if it's not coming through the mic, then I don't care.
I just had some lightning and thunder come through.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I've been having some too. But no, we're coming up to an hour now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
already. So is there anything, like any questions you had for me? Anything that you wanted to talk about specifically, or?
How did like where did your love for cars come from? Like how did
Um,
that start or bloom?
so I've always been a very technical person, and like if you like talk about any sort of topic with me that has some sort of technical background, like
Mm-hmm.
for fishing, for example, I don't necessarily like really like fishing, but if you make it technical for me, I'll
Got you.
probably be more interested. So I think like the fact that cars by nature are very technical attracted me
Yeah,
to
very
it.
mechanical, technical, and
Right.
all that.
So like I
Got you.
remember I was like visiting my grandparents and like they were talking about cars, and then like that whole night I was like up late, just like I was on my iPad at the time. I was like looking up uh like how do cars work, or like how does an engine work,
Mm-hmm.
and like that was just really fascinating to me. And then I got into actually that same vacation I was my parents got a camcorder and I started like kind of doing like a vlog before I even knew what a vlog was. So
Nice.
that's like my initial spark for like content creation. That's where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Got you.
and then I love just like making videos and stuff. So my interest in cars kind of went on the back burner until my friend who's a couple years older than me, he got his first car and started driving. It was a Mark 6 GTI,
Got
and
you.
he was like, "Oh, yo, you should come like take pictures of my car for me." And I was like, "Oh yeah, cool." So I took some pictures, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of fun." And he's like, "Oh yeah, you want to take pictures of my other friend's car and like
Yeah.
his
Yep.
friend," and like all of a sudden I was taking pictures of all these cars, and I was like, this car thing's like actually like pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
That's sick. That's cool.
yeah, and then kind of like progressed from there. I learned more about cars, kind of got more in depth, and then it came time for me to graduate high school and decide what I wanted to do for college. And I was like, well, I like personally I've always felt like film school or something like that is just kind of a waste. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
well,
Yeah.
like what's a good backup and what's something else I'm interested in? And like
Yeah.
right away I went to like cars. So I went to Brookdale for automotive technology, and
Nice.
you only learn so much there, like pretty much just like repair, like diagnosis and
Mm-hmm.
repair.
Yeah.
Aftermarket stuff is like rarely mentioned at Brookdale, but
Was it like a trade school almost for it, like kind of like
yeah, well,
a
Brookdale's
Lincoln Tech, or was it
uh,
an actual college and then it
yeah,
was
so
like they had those classes?
Brookdale is a community college by me, and
Got you.
they pretty much like just offer like all the regular stuff, and then they just happen to have a very good auto program, because back like
Nice.
I think like 80s and 90s, like late 80s or
Mm-hmm.
early 90s, they had well, they still have a GM program, uh and
Okay.
then Toyota used to have a program there, and then I think one other manufacturer had a program, but pretty much Toyota and the other one pulled out, and then GM is the only one that stayed. So it's pretty much like all like Chevys, Buicks,
Mm-hmm.
Pontiacs that you work on, which is like nice because they're easy to work on, but they're not the most exciting
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Exactly.
but yeah, so it's a lot in depth about like like pretty much anything that they tell you is industry standard is like it's really just like GM standard.
So
Yeah.
you're GM certified, pretty much.
Basically, so they have they have the regular automotive technology program, and then there's like
Yeah.
the GM specific program.
Got you.
The
Got you.
GM specific program is like accelerated, so half the semester you take classes, the other half you actually work at a dealership.
Mm-hmm.
Had I done that, I would actually be GM certified, but technically,
Got you. Got
I kind of am.
you.
Yeah, then after Brookdale, I got into a job at Mavis, just being the
Okay.
tire tech. they had me
Hmm.
move on to doing alignments, but then COVID hit, and so I stopped working. And then when we went away to Montana, I was thinking like, I really don't want to go back to just being a tire tech. I want to do
Hmm.
something like it. Like if I want to stay in the auto industry, I want to do something like special, like tuning or like very niche, like
Yeah, yeah.
rotaries.
Yep.
So I actually not even knowing that they were hiring, I emailed IRP my resume, um, and then like I gave them a little cover letter saying I want to learn more about like working on like aftermarket stuff on like performance cars, and uh, I initially applied like to work on cars, and
Yeah.
then they got back to me like literally like 20 minutes. I got a call, and
Nice.
he was like, "Oh, I see you have this brand called Ethanol Feed. Like, tell me a little bit about that." So I talked about it, and then like my other job before Mavis was at this event company called Main Event. I did like tons of different stuff for them, but like
Hmm.
some content creation, shipping, and inventory. So I guess they kind of saw where my background was,
Hmm.
and then figured because the position I am currently in was like I kind of made like
Got you.
they kind of
Got you.
they saw my resume and realized like, oh, these are some areas that we kind of like
That we
need
could
someone
have.
for. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they kind of like fit me in. um After the fact, after that phone call, is when I found out that they had a part-time position available for a tech. uh, so
Okay.
I didn't even know that they had any
Yeah.
positions available. I was like, let me just email them, and
Yeah, yeah.
so it worked out. Probably to better than what I intended.
For
So
sure.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah,
That's sick. Hell yeah.
yeah,
But hopefully like that this move for, and I have no doubt that'll like pay off, because you are like already taking that next step, like leaving, you said Mavis,
yeah.
and like you're getting to now, like you wanted to go into performance, now you're in there, and it's just like
Exactly.
kind of just taking those like little steps further and further.
Yeah, but I mean, the way I think of it is, the more I can do to help the company reach their goal of doubling their sales
Hmm.
means like, I'll get a raise, but also like that means that I'll have uh, more influence in my position, and
Hmm.
then eventually kind of like build up like the value of my position to a point where like
Yep.
if I wanted to pivot and go to a company like Race Service or
Yeah.
uh, somewhere else that kind of works with performance cars but also like does content, like I could
Yep.
pivot and do
Yep.
something like that. But we'll see, because I might even like grow their YouTube channel to be so big that they like need me full time just for that.
Yeah, or you get so big that you need to hire people under you, and then
Under
you
Yeah,
control those
that
people.
that
Like
too.
you become more of like a content director,
Yeah,
and you oversee everything. When then you have people doing the actual video work and
yeah.
everything.
No, that's true. There's like a lot of possibilities, and it's kind of
Yeah,
just
no, for sure.
it feels good because like I always had been trying to kind of get my foot in the door in something like this,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
like now that I finally did, it's like I feel kind of more like clear minded about how to pave the path.
yeah, yep. I can agree with you on that. I can
Yeah.
agree with you on that. When I first got my when I got the gig at CARiD, like for me, when how I got it, it's kind of like it's kind of weird how I got the job.
Okay.
Actually, I was not to like make a long story whatever,
Yeah. Go
but
ahead.
I was redoing my stepmom was redoing her kitchen, and the gym that I was working at had a lady that cooked meals for the bodybuilders.
Okay.
They're very affordable, so we ended up just buying meals from her, and it just so happened that she delivered meals as well to CARiD. And she
Hmm.
one day hit me up and was like, "Hey, you do video and you're into cars, right?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." She's like, "Do you have like a resume or something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." 2 weeks later, I get a phone call from their HR department, like, "Hey, like we're looking to start a media department and all that. Like, would you be interested?" Unfortunately, I had a business trip out to Hungary, so I was like, I can't meet right now, but when I get back, like
Yeah.
for sure. And then literally like the day that we had the interview, I got the gig.
Nice.
So yeah, a little unconventional, but I didn't even know that they were based out of Cranberry when I first knew, because I had bought in parts of them before I had gotten hired. So I was like, oh, they're in Cranberry. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember. I didn't know that until I saw on Indeed. They had like an opening for I don't remember what position. I might have even applied for it or something, but it wasn't actually, the position on Indeed wasn't listed as CARiD. It was listed as like something. Onyx, yeah.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah. So that's like the mother company.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep,
I was very confused about that, and then the description mentioned like CARiD, and I was like, is this legit? So I guess it was.
No, it is. So it's Onyx is just like the mother company kind of, and then CARiD is the actual company.
Cool. So. But then how did you already had a background in like video and cars, so where did that come from?
So pretty much in terms of cars, not to like say that it was because of the movie Fast and Furious, but it kind of was when it came out in 2001, but I didn't see it quite then. I saw it like a year after or whatever when it came out on DVD from a friend of mine who had it. And I was just really fascinated by that first movie, and it kind of just went away after that.
Let me pause you there, not to take away from your story.
No, yeah.
That's actually something I forgot to mention. That night that I said when I was like up all night like looking up like how cars work and stuff.
Yeah.
I came across a clip from Fast and Furious where
really?
You know how they always showed like going inside the engine and like everything going on,
the whole internal combustion part and all that.
I came across that clip and I was like, I have to find what movie this is from. So I did, and then like I don't know, I found the movie somewhere, like the library. I rented it or something.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and that's I think that's like what locked in the interest.
Yeah, because you saw the whole mechanical side of it, of like an actual car.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's. Yeah, so I was probably like 8 or 9, I think, by the time when I saw it, and I was just super fascinated by the movie, and then obviously that was it. Like I just saw it as a kid, and it was a movie. But then later, a couple of years later, I saw Too Fast, Too Furious when that came out, and it kind of just continued like building. But similar to you, it kind of went on the back burner. Like it was never like I had toy cars. Like I was obsessed with like Hot Wheels when I was little.
Yeah.
But then it really came back when I was in college. One of my buddies was into cars, and he had a bagged Tig 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so went to a car show with him, first ever car show that I went to from like what I can remember. It was down at Titan Motorsports in Orlando, not in Orlando, but it was in Florida.
Okay.
And I don't know if you ever heard of the shop, huge like shop and all that down there, but
I haven't.
It was like one of their like, it was a shop that has like their annual like huge shop or whatever. So they had like dyno testing, like live dyno testing and all all that. So pretty much like the whole nine.
That's a sweet
first car show.
It
was sick.
Yeah.
So that was that, and pretty much from that point on, like he kind of introduced me to some of his friends. I started taking photos of all those cars, and then when I came back to Jersey, got an Evo and kind of just like slowly immersed myself into the car culture, and then built my whole photo and video side of doing it freelance as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
I can say thanks to Fast and Furious, but
yeah. No, that sounds very similar to mine. I think that's actually kind of how a lot of people get into it. I think
I would have to agree.
There's other exceptions though. People are already like bigger in the car community, and like they got the Instagram clout, and then they buy a camera one day, and then like all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm taking pictures of everyone's cars.
Yeah. Yep.
That happens too, but I feel like most of the time it's content creation, and then you got some friends who have some cool cars.
Yeah. Because I didn't really start getting into photography until I was like probably 14. I would say. Yeah. Picked up a photo camera there. My dad got me a film camera back then, so I started off with like a Nikon film camera.
Oh, nice.
And then I moved over to
a
60D.
I have one behind me. I don't know if you can see it in the
Oh
frame.
yeah,
It's some
like
it's
right. I think yeah,
either
somewhere in
that or
there.
somewhere. It's a mess, but I use it as a bookend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
No, that's what they're good for, like on the shelf looking pretty and all that.
yeah.
But after the film camera, I think it was like either like a 60D or something at the time, like when camera had one of those DSLRs.
Hmm.
And then I got into a T3i, so that's old because probably a lot of people now like they have like T whatever
The
7
T5,
or
the
8 or whatever
T5i.
whatever. That's what you had.
No, my first. So I had initially like the most basic like point and shoot that you could buy, and
Hmm.
then I got like an action camera, which is like, do you remember? I think it was called the Flip. Um,
Oh,
it,
that sounds
it
familiar.
was like a camera that was like or like vertical.
Hmm.
You hold it like a
Yeah,
phone, and
yeah.
then yeah. So I had like basically like one of like the competitor versions of that,
Hmm.
and like I was like I need to get a real camera, and I really wanted to get a DSLR, but I didn't have the money for it, and like I wanted to be like all proud and pay for it out of pocket myself.
Yep,
I
yep.
think I was like 14 at the time, so I ended up getting the Nikon P like 100 or something like that. I don't
Hmm.
remember,
Yeah,
but basically it had the form factor of a DSLR, but it was like a point and shoot.
got
So
you. Okay.
I had that for I don't know, maybe a year or two, and then I was like, all right, like I have to get a DSLR.
Yeah,
Uh,
yep.
so I was doing some research, and then mirrorless was like starting to get big then,
Got you.
and I came across the Sony A7, and it was right before the A7S came out. So like everyone was like, "Oh yeah, the A7's like so awesome!
Hmm.
Like it's the best DSLR.
Yep.
It's the first full frame DSLR." That was actually the
Yeah.
initial like
Yep.
thing that caught my eye. So I was like, "Oh, I need this." So I bought one, and well, I mean that's just still the camera I have now. I've had it for like way too long. I'm way overdue for a camera, but
I feel the same thing about mine.
yeah, but that definitely having the A7 was definitely what kind of took off like the development of my skills, because I
Hmm.
started to learn about like focal length and how it affects
Yeah.
like the compression between like your subject, the background,
Yeah.
and just like all
Three different
sorts.
lighting settings,
Yeah, like all sorts of different
aperture,
stuff.
ISO. Yep.
Yeah, I even got to the point like I was like obsessed with like learning like I said, if you make anything technical, I'll get
Hmm.
interested. So
Yeah.
basically like in my mind like anytime I took a photo like I thought of it as technically as I could, so I was like I always shot in manual, and it was like to the point where I was like just like going through my day, and I would like look at something and I would think about like what are the best settings to like use to like capture this, like what
Got you.
shutter speed, what ISO, what
Yep.
like not focal length,
Aperture.
aperture, and like it was like to that extreme that I was like thinking about it. Um, but yeah, and then I was really disappointed when the A7S came out like 3 months after I bought mine. I was like, no, I didn't know about this. This camera's so much better. Um, but the wait is over, because the only reason why I'm overdue is because I was waiting for an A7S3,
Got
which
you.
it
Got you.
took way too long for them to come out with. But I
Yeah.
think it
That it
was
did.
worth the wait.
Yeah, for sure. The specs are wild.
Yeah.
I'm back and forth because I've had right now I shoot with a Canon 5D Mark III
All right.
for photos,
Yeah.
and I'm back and forth because I used to have a C100 Mark II for like filming videos and all that. I got rid
Yeah.
of that a while back because I got my gig at CARiD, so I was like, I have no reason to do this since I won't have time to shoot.
Yeah. I
But
used one for running videos before.
yeah, no, they're
They're
good.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, but so I'm like back and forth on if I want to get the like because I'm big person on like Canon personally,
Mm.
but I love like what Sony's been able to do. Like I'm like so impressed by it, so it makes me want to like be like one of those people that switch over.
Yeah.
But I still go back and forth. Like, do I want to stick with like maybe try out the EOS R5? But like seeing the price point of that is like insane, you know, and
Yeah.
like the whole new line of lenses. Like if I was to get a Sony, I'd probably just get an adapter and keep all my Canon glass, to be honest, just because I don't want to switch over to Sony glass as well.
Yeah, because Sony glass is expensive because you have all the Zeiss lenses are pretty expensive to begin with, but then when you get to the G Master line, like it's exactly.
over. Because I already have 3 or 4 Canon L lenses myself, so it's like I've already invested in that, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't want to like have to like sell those and reinvest in new ones, and it'll maybe like because I probably won't get my money back obviously on those.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see, because I'm looking forward to see what the A7 IV does, not the A7S, but just the A7 IV.
Yeah.
And see what the specs for that comes out, because I would like to have something more that is not just video, like because A7 III was like phenomenal in video and still did photos, you know, but it didn't have like the megapixels that the R did. But like for me, it's like you really don't need a 45 megapixel camera unless you're shooting like billboards. So there's really no need. Like it's nice to have all those megapixels, but there really is no need for it unless you're shooting large format.
Yeah.
So like the A7 III for me was like perfect, but I just never pulled the trigger because I was like, the Canon does fine for me for photos, and as of right now, like I'm just using my work camera for video. So
yeah. My camera keeps freezing. I don't know why.
I see that you're smiling at me though.
Well, at least I wasn't making like a weird face like before.
Yeah, nah, you were smiling, so just smile for the cameras, you know.
Yeah, these are all the technical things that like right now, like not having a studio, doing it all literally out of my bedroom is like not ideal.
Yeah,
that's there. It just froze again. See that? As soon
there
as
might be like a connection or like as long as you put it down.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, something I would love to do eventually is set up like a dedicated. Oh, it's because I got a notification. That's the thing about. That's the thing about when I use the iPhone as a webcam. Notifications will actually just.
I've had a bunch pop up on my screen, so I was like hoping that they wouldn't they wouldn't freeze anything on my end either. Maybe it's me that's messing it up.
No, I don't think so. It's because it had the low battery warning.
Got you.
No, yeah, because my setup right now is, I literally have a lightning cable going into my USB hub, and then I have a program called IV Cam, and pretty much like it just sets up on the iPhone. It just outputs like whatever it is from your camera to whatever the device is plugged into. But the cool thing is that like I can actually control like the zoom. What I'm focusing on. I could like drop like the exposure and everything.
Oh, that's nice.
Let me see. Yeah, like I could drop it all the way down.
Okay,
so it's actually like really cool.
Yeah.
But it's just like I want a legit setup eventually.
Yeah.
For the podcast. But
it's all about time. It's all about time, you know.
It just also it's like space is hard to find. Because like I could do it at home, but then like, you know, I have to have the guests come in and then like get stuck talking to my parents or something.
do you have like a garage or something maybe like that you could set it up in, or is that like
no, because my garage literally like just fits my RX-8.
Okay, got you.
Fits. Like I could like squeeze out. Like I put foam. Like there's like a little like workbench, so I have foam on the workbench, and like so I don't like ding the door.
Yeah,
it's tight. It's so
okay.
tight.
I got you.
Yeah, but I don't know. My friend actually just moved into a new shop for his side business. Well, actually, no, it's not a side business any longer. It's just full thing now. Cause
cool.
Yeah, so he owns that space. I have to talk to him. About maybe working out like a deal, like, you know, however much, because I want to do this once a week. I was doing it once a week. I want to get back into doing it once a week. And at that point, then I think it would be worth investing just a little bit, like, you know, towards his rent or whatever.
That'd be cool, dude. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Get like maybe like a little desk or something. Have like 2 mics or whatever.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, like the full like legit setup. being like
Yep.
Joe Rogan or something.
Nah, dude, it'll be sick. I know.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
no doubt that you'll get it done.
Yeah, and it just, you know, like there's some guests that I know, like I want these guests in person.
Yeah.
So like, as much as I really want to get them on, because it's like, I know then like they'll share it and like they have a good like a good outreach. It's like, I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just gonna wait, you know, do
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
right.
No. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
hopefully soon that comes around.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, we'll have to see. With that being said, though, is there anything that you wanted to shout out or plug or anything?
I mean, if you want to ever check out any of my photo or video work, you could go check out Cody Media on Instagram, or my website's also codymedia.co.
I'll have to
Yeah,
check that one out.
that's it. Yeah. I also have a YouTube channel as well, Cody Media, but that's about it.
All right, sweet. Everything's Cody Media.
Yeah, everything's Cody Media. You know, nothing all over the place.
Nice.
Try to make it simple.
Consistency. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Check out Cody Media. He does some awesome work, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys next week.